Massaman Curry, the king of curries and the curry of kings, specifically for the king of Siam, what is now known as Thailand. And today we're going to dive deep into the history of Massaman Curry as eaten in the royal palace itself. So tune in to the history of the dish as we make the Siamese king's Massaman Curry. I love Thai food. From humble street food to royal feasts, the journey of your favorite meals is more incredible than you know. This is the history of the dish. Massaman Curry isn't just another curry. This is the king of curries, and not in a self-appointed food influencer kind of way. This curry was literally loved by kings, specifically the king of Siam in what we now call Thailand. The rich, aromatic, globe-trotting story of Massaman Curry, a dish that proves food has been doing international collaboration long before the internet. Let's start with the name. Massaman sounds Thai, but also not totally Thai. And that's your first clue. The word is believed to come from Musulman, an old term for Muslim. Right away, we know this curry is different. It's not born in a single kitchen or even a single country. It's the delicious result of cultures colliding in the best possible way. To understand Massaman, we have to rewind a few centuries, back to the Kingdom of Siam. This was a powerful trading hub, strategically located and very open to the world. Ships were coming in from Persia, India, the Middle East, and later Europe. And they weren't just bringing silk and spices, they were bringing ideas, religions, and recipes. Enter Persian and Muslim traders. These traders introduced ingredients that were not traditionally Thai. Dried spices like cinnamon, cardamom, cloves, nutmeg, and cumin. If you're thinking, that sounds more like a spice cabinet from India or the Middle East, congratulations, you're paying attention. Traditional Thai curries lean heavily on fresh ingredients: chilies, lemongrass, galangal, kaffir lime, bright, sharp, punchy flavors. Massaman said, that's cute, but what if we simmered instead? It went low and slow, warm, mellow, rich, less fiery, more luxurious. And then there's coconut milk, the great unifier. Coconut milk steps in like a diplomatic envoy and says, everyone calm down, we can all get along. Now let's talk about the king of Siam, because Massaman Curry didn't just exist, it thrived at the royal court. One of the earliest written mentions of Massaman comes from a royal Thai poem written during the Ayutthaya period. And this wasn't just any poem, it was written by a king, praising Massaman Curry like it was a love interest. When a king writes poetry about your food, you've officially made it. This is why Massaman is often called the curry of kings and the king of curries. It wasn't street food, it wasn't rushed. It was refined, elegant, and complex, designed to impress royalty and guests from across the world. And let's talk protein, because this is where Massaman really shows its global roots. Unlike many Thai curries that feature pork or seafood, Massaman traditionally uses beef, goat, or chicken. Why? Islamic dietary laws. Pork was off the table, literally. That Muslim influence shaped the dish in a way that stuck, even as it became deeply Thai. Potatoes also made their way into Massaman, likely through European trade. Potatoes in a Thai curry? Exactly. This dish does not care about your expectations. It's already 3 continents ahead of you. By the time Massaman Curry fully settled into Thai cuisine, it had become something entirely new. Not Persian, not Indian, not Middle Eastern. Thai, but proudly international. It's the culinary equivalent of someone who's lived everywhere, speaks 5 languages, and somehow still remembers your birthday. Flavor-wise, Massaman is all about balance. Sweet from palm sugar, salty from fish sauce, sour from tamarind, rich from coconut milk. Warm spices wrapping everything in what can only be described as a comforting hug. This is not a curry that attacks you. It seduces you. And unlike many Thai dishes that are meant to be eaten fresh and fast, Massaman actually gets better over time. The flavors deepen, the spices mellow. It's patient food, royal food, the kind of dish that says, good things take time, and possibly a nap afterward. As Thailand modernized, Massaman Curry moved beyond palace walls and into homes, restaurants, and eventually the global stage. Today, it regularly shows up on lists of the world's best dishes, and every time it does, it's quietly reminding everyone that Thailand has been playing the long game for centuries. Massaman Curry tells a bigger story than just food. It's a story of trade, tolerance, and adaptation. A dish that proves identity doesn't have to be pure to be authentic. Sometimes the most iconic foods are the ones that embrace change. So when you sit down with a bowl of Massaman Curry, you're not just eating dinner, you're tasting history. You're tasting the spice routes, the royal courts of Siam, the influence of Muslim traders, and the genius of Thai cooks who made it all work. That's why Massaman isn't loud. It doesn't need to be. It knows who it is. It's the king of curries, the curry of kings, and a reminder that the best dishes in the world often come from cultures meeting at the table. If you enjoyed this journey through one of the world's most legendary dishes, make sure to like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so you never miss another story from the history of the dish. Links are in the description for the list of ingredients and much more. And until next time, keep eating, keep learning, and remember, history always tastes better when you know the full true story.